Hello. So I think this is day 4. Kind of losing track, but regardless, we are well on our way into our pause 15-day yoga journey, and today's practice it really ties in with this whole theme of pause because in this season of pause, we're taking the time to do all of the R's: rest, relax, recuperate, reset, recharge, rediscover, reconnect. All of these R's that we're taking this time off to kind of accomplish. And I think there's one R that's really, really important for us to pay attention to that we maybe haven't even mentioned, and that is release. So a lot of the time, whether it is something that someone has done or said to us, we hold on to that. Or if it's a reaction that we have that maybe is not serving us, whether it's a person or a situation, a conversation, a way of thinking, our mindset, whatever it is that is not serving us, I think it's so important for us to take the time to release it all and just let it go so that we can start fresh, we can show up as our true selves, who we really are, and serve others. And we serve others better when we serve ourselves first. So whenever I feel like I have so much that I just need to let go, my yoga practice and my pranayama or breathwork practice really help me kind of come back home to myself in order to let go of those things that are maybe pulling me down or not serving me anymore. So we are going to enjoy a nice slow practice today to completely let go and release all of the bullshit. So we're just going to start on our mat, on the ground, in a nice comfortable seat. So cross-legged, let the hands fall wherever feels comfortable, and we'll just take a couple breaths here and just notice how the body is feeling or how you are feeling. And maybe while we're taking this time to just turn inwards and calm ourselves down, maybe you think about, even if it's just one thing that is no longer serving you, what do you need to release? What is weighing you down? And let your yoga practice, let this practice be a tool, a useful tool to help you let go. So we'll bring our left hand to rest on our heart space and our right hand to rest on our belly, right above the belly button, kind of resting there on our diaphragm. And we'll begin to breathe into our hands. So a nice deep breath in through the nose. Fill up the chest, expand the rib cage, send the breath down to the belly, and exhaling it all out through the nose. And again, nice deep breath in. Breathing into the hands, feeling the rise of the chest, and exhale, feeling the fall of the chest. Just a couple more breaths here. And maybe you set an intention for the rest of this practice to let go of what isn't serving you. So maybe it's a conversation you're replaying in your head, an action, a reaction that you may be having that isn't serving you. Maybe you're comparing yourself to others. Maybe you're being too critical of yourself. Just show yourself some more compassion. And then we'll just bow our heads down towards our hearts, feeling that nice, stretching the back of the neck. And we're bowing our mind intelligence towards our heart intelligence, our body. And maybe you're already starting to feel a little lighter as you let go. And on your next inhale, we'll just release the hands back down to the tops of the thighs and we'll bring our head back up to center. And we'll start with some nice slow movement. So we'll make circles with our nose, kind of just guiding the circle, drawing a circle with our nose, moving nice and slowly, going one way. And then we'll reverse our circle. Other direction. Just allowing the stress, whatever's weighing you down, to kind of just melt away. And you can just make this your own here, anything that feels really good in your body. And then we'll come back to center and we'll take it to our all fours, or our tabletop position. And when we get to our tabletop, we'll just check in with the foundations here, make sure that our wrists are stacked directly under the shoulders. Knees are about hip distance apart here. Knees are also stacked under the hips, and the tops of the toes are pressing in, the tops of the feet, are pressing into the earth. And we'll just do a little bit of cat-cow, so we'll inhale and scoop the belly, tailbone draws up towards the sky, open the chest. Exhale, round down, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale, scoop the belly, open up the heart, gaze forward. Exhale, round down, navel draws up to reach the spine. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, come back to your tabletop position. Take a nice deep breath in. We'll tuck the toes under. And on our exhale, we'll hinge our hips up and back for our first downward dog. Keep a nice bend in the knees here. Walk it out if that feels good. Or we can just settle into our down dog for a few breaths. Take a nice deep breath in and fill up the rib cage. And exhale, let it all out through the mouth with a sigh. And then we'll just slowly start to walk up to the top of our mat. Feet are inner hip distance apart here. Keep a nice bend in the knees if we need to. And clasp each elbow in your hand. We'll just rock a little side to side. Or maybe you try to pull yourself a little closer to the ground. When you're ready, you can just release your hands, release the weight of the head and the neck. Ragdoll. And on your next inhale, we'll ground down through our nice strong feet. And we'll roll nice and slow. Don't rush it here. Move as slow as you can. We'll roll all the way up, stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. Roll the shoulders down the spine, palms facing forward. And stack the head and the neck. And now we're in our Tadasana. So from here in our Tadasana, we'll inhale our hands all the way up. And we'll interlace the fingertips, kind of a steeple grip here, so index fingers are pointing. Inhale all the way up, and we'll exhale. Send the hands over to the left side. Bump the hips out over to the right. Inhale back up through center. And this time we'll take the hands over to the right and bump the hips over to the left. One more. Inhale up through center. Release the hands and we'll exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Keeping the bend in the knees if we need it. Inhale, lift halfway. Lengthen the spine, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the palms and we'll just step it back one foot, followed by the other to our plank. From here, we'll do a chaturanga variation. So we'll shift forward onto our tippy toes and hug those elbows all the way in as we lower down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, rise up to your cobra. Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes under. Ooh, press it all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. And we'll do that again. So inhale, center gaze up to the top of the mat, and we'll slowly walk all the way up. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, bringing the hands to the heart. Here we go. We'll inhale the hands all the way up overhead, steeple grip. So interlace the fingers, index fingers still pointing up. Inhale, nice tall spine. Exhale, take it over to the right. Hips over to the right, hands over to the left. Inhale up through center, and we'll take our hands over to the right and bump the hips out to the left. Inhale back up through center, release the hands and exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms and we'll step it back to our plank. So from here, with our chaturanga variation, you can lower onto the knees. If we're lowering onto the knees, that's lock the ankles, and we'll lower all the way down. If we're staying lifted in our plank, we'll shift forward onto our tippy toes and lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck the toes, squeeze the shoulder blades, inhale to your cobra, and exhale, press it up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a second here to just settle into your dog. Pedal out the feet if you need to, or just find stillness. On your next inhale, we'll sweep the right toes up towards the sky. Exhale, we'll draw it all the way up and step it up at the top, coming into our low lunge. From here, yogi's choice. You can keep the left leg lifted or lowered, completely up to you. Come up onto the fingertips and we'll inhale, just lift the chest forward. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. We're just opening our chest here. Exhale, we'll plant the palms. If our back leg is lowered, tuck the toes under and lift up the right leg. Send the left leg, right leg back. I'm getting so muddled here. And we'll chaturanga. Shift forward, lower it all the way down. Make sure that our insides of our forearms are feeling our clothes. So we want to make sure that our arms are not winging out here. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale. To your down dog. And again, just pedal it out or find stillness and come back to your breath. On your next inhale, we'll sweep the left toes up towards the sky. Exhale, hug it all the way up, and we'll plant it at the top. Again, yogi's choice, you can keep the right knee lowered or lifted. Either way, we'll come up onto the fingertips and inhale. Send that heart open all the way forward. Plant the palms, and if the right leg is lowered, go ahead and lift it up. We'll send the right toes back, and again, chaturanga. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale to your down dog. Pedaling it out here. Maybe finding some stillness. Coming back to the breath. Coming back to the theme of the flow. Letting go. And on your next inhale, we'll sweep the right toes up towards the sky. Exhale, draw it through the midline, and we'll step it up at the top. From here, we're keeping the right leg lifted, and we'll inhale, rising all the way up to our high crescent lunge. So from here, we want to make sure that our left heel is pulling to the back of the room. Thighs are squeezing together. Front knee is stacked over front ankle. Hands are lifted up, shoulders drawn away from the ears. Hips are nice and square to the front of the mat. So just be mindful of if your right hip, or left hip, is pulling all the way back, and let's just dial it forward. Beautiful. Holding steady here, squeezing the thighs together. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, we'll draw the hands down, cactus arms here. Inhale, pull the elbows together behind the back. Really open up the heart. And while we're here, nice strong stance here. I want you to think about whatever it is that is no longer serving you. Nice big inhale as you think about it. And exhale, release. Inhale, we'll sweep the hands all the way up, opening up our heart to new possibilities, new blessings. Exhale, send them down to frame the front foot. Send the right toes back. Inhale, shift forward. Lower the knees or just lower all the way down. Ooh. Hands in line with the tops of the shoulders. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, press it up and back, downward facing dog. Hips are hinging up towards the sky. Melt the chest back towards the thighs. Cleansing breath, a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. On our next inhale, we'll sweep the left toes up towards the sky. Exhale, we'll hug it all the way up and plant it at the top of the mat. Keeping the right leg lifted, this time we'll inhale to our high lunge. Remember, hips are nice and square. Whew, I'm out of breath. Hips are nice and square to the front of the mat. Shoulders are drawing away from the ears. Nice big inhale here as we lengthen, reach those fingers up. Exhale, bring it down, cactus arms. Inhale, open up the chest, look forward. Think about that is not serving you. And we'll let it go. Let it go, release it all. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up, opening up to new possibilities. And exhale, send the hands down to frame the front foot. Send the left toes back, chaturanga. Inhale to our cobra or up dog. Exhale to our down dog. And again, paddle out the feet here. Cleansing breaths. On our next inhale, we'll send our gaze up towards the top of the mat. Bend the knees and take a nice big step up to the top. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Keeping a bend in the knees here if we need to. And nice and slow, just like we did at the start, we'll ground down through the feet and we'll inhale nice and slow, rolling it all the way up. Our fingertips are tracing the front body, stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. Ooh. Rolling all the way up, palms facing forward. Bring the hands together at the heart and really nestle the front bit of the thumb where the knuckles are. We can kind of just nestle those in the middle of our chest here. Taking a few breaths. And maybe repeating to ourselves, I